to create a material, we want that all the materials should be saved in one folder. So let's create a folder first. Right click in the project window and select create and select folders. Right now you can actually visualize my mouse clicks, so it would be a lot easier for you to follow. So I'm creating a new folder and I will name it materials. So now we have created a folder materials which is currently empty. Let's create a material for our cube. To create a material, right click on it and select create and select material. Actually you can create a lot of things. You can see there are a lot of options. As I told you earlier, that Unity is a very powerful software which can do game development right from 2D to high-end PC games. So let's create a material, and here you can see we have created a material which is named new material. I will name it color. Okay, and I will actually color it, that's why I have named it color. To put a material to our color, here you can see in the inspector panel we have got this albedo option, and near albedo option we have got a color box. Let's click on this color box. Here you can see now I am getting an option to select any color and apply to my cube. So you can actually visualize it in real time. Just keep on watch at this material. I am changing the colors from here: red, orange, yellow, green, sky blue, blue. Similarly, let's go with green this time. Okay, this shade of green, this will be good. And to apply this material to our cube, simply select and drop either on cube from the scene or from hierarchy. Both will work same. Here you can see that. Let's put it to cube. Yes, it worked. And now we made some change in our scene. So you can see the asterisk symbol appeared over the name of our scene, that was scene 1. It means it's an unsaved scene. So to save the scene, I will simply use Ctrl+S from my keyboard. Let's create one other 3D object. Right click on hierarchy, select create 3D object and a sphere. So let's move it a bit. So here you can see in sphere, still the material is default material. We cannot change default material currently, so we will create our own material. Again the same process, create material, and this time I will name it red. And even before applying your colors to the material, you can apply it to your game object. So now I am applying this material to game object. Since its name is red but it's actually not red, and now I have applied it, I can change the colors in real time, and you can see it in the game object as well as the materials both. To change the color, select this color box, and here you can see I am putting it between the game object and the material to see both the changes. Here you can see I am putting this to red, and the color of the sphere and the color of the material both are changing simultaneously, because this is the material that we have used for cube. So if we change from the material of a sphere from here, that is here, or if we change it from here, both is the same thing. So let's change it a bit, color, and slightly different shade of red. And here you can see one other option. This is a color picker. Actually it's looking like a dropper, but it's a color picker. So what it does, let's select it, and it gives you an option to select any color which is present in your desktop currently. It means any color. So follow my cursor and see the colors changing here. If I want to select this color, I can do. I can also select this color. I can also select here white, and I can even select from taskbar. Here you can see. Let's use this red from the Google Chrome browser. Okay, let's click it, and you can see that red has applied, but this red does not looks very good. And why this happens? It's because of shaders. On day 1 I did not told anything about shaders, but you can see shaders change our materials drastically. So there are actually a lot of options, and we will see that later how this all works. But currently we are dealing with a shader that is standard. You can also change the shaders. Here are a lot of options, such as this mobile, and inside mobile again there are a lot of options, and nature, again there are a lot of options in nature, and in legacy shader again there are a lot of options in legacy shader. So you can see actually there are lots and lots on option to select the shaders. So currently I am going with standard, and here you can see our rendering mode is set to opaque. So we have got 4 options in the rendering mode, that is opaque, cutout, fade and transparent. We have to use this in different scenarios, but I will tell you what it does. Opaque means opaque as the name suggests, and cutout means if you have a model that has some cuts in it. For example, let's assume a feather or leaf or a Christmas tree. What happens in Christmas tree? The leaves of that Christmas tree are present in some cutout formats. It means the thickness is very low, and at that time we have to use this cutout. We will actually see this using in a model so that it can be visualized clearly. And fade, it fades, we don't use it. And in transparent, it can actually make it transparent. So to make it transparent, I have selected the rendering mode to transparent, and from the color box here you can see the RGBA value. I can reduce the RGBA value, and now you can see the opacity has reduced and it has become near transparent. So we won't use it for a while, and let's select some other shaders, legacy shaders and diffuse. So here you can see the colors in this diffuse options are actually a lot better from standard, and I will tell you, you should try all the shaders and see which looks best for your scene. If you ask about me, I generally use standard or standard specular setup and legacy shaders, and actually all of the legacy shaders. I just check randomly, and whichever suits best for me I just keep it. Here you can see in option, let's go back a bit, legacy shader and self illumine. I actually use this shader a lot, so I am telling you this. When you use self illumine and select any diffuse, what it does, it makes your game object very bright. So it was not actually good for this game object, but I frequently use it. So I will undo this, Ctrl+Z, and now our shaders are set to legacy shader diffuse. Okay. And we will save our scene, and instead of adding some solid colors, now I want to add some other materials which I did not do on day 1. So let's delete this material for a while. And what Unity is saying, you cannot undo this action. It means if you delete something from assets, you cannot undo it. Remember, whatever changes we were doing in scene or hierarchy, we were able to undo it using Ctrl+Z. But if we delete our asset, if we delete our folder from assets, you cannot undo it. So keep it in mind. So I will not use it. So I am very sure I want to delete this, and delete this material as well. So you can see what happened when I deleted that material. Our cube and a sphere has no more materials left, and not even the default material, and these two cubes have now become useless for me. So I will simply delete it.